Good morning, rise and shine. Welcome to Uncle Sam's Static Kaleidoscope, Bedlam Media's premier morning podcast. This is our show to kick you off in your morning right and help you get through your busy work day, or in this case, your morning commute, unless you're working remote or are off today. Before we begin, don't get to that like button, leave a comment, share the show with your friends, subscribe. Guys, it has been a while. I don't even know. We're looking at February, March. Been trying to do the show all summer. It's been crazy. Right now I'm dropping this for Wednesday, probably Wednesday morning, the 23rd as of this dropping. I'm hoping I'm able to do it consistently 3 days a week. If not, I might move it to Tuesdays and Thursdays. Lot going on, lots to talk about. We are going to keep the short format. I think I was doing it less than 20 minutes before. Should have definitely prepared myself for that, but regardless, I was trying to get this out maybe like a week and a half ago. Tried to record this, but I figured I would just kick this off now. Kick us off with an interesting topic. Not interesting. Obviously, for most of you who do know me, it was a couple years ago now, I had relocated to the Tampa Bay area. Nothing extraordinary about that. I mean, I love the Tampa Bay area. It's gorgeous, lot going on. However, I wanted to talk about my personal thoughts with the recent hurricane that had just come through, Milton. First and foremost, joke. I said this first. I don't know how many other people thought about it, but I kept making the joke that Milton from Office Space was finally coming for his stapler. I thought it was funny. Didn't catch on at first, and then everyone's like, oh, look, Milton, he's coming for his stapler. That was mine. I'm claiming that. I said that like a week beforehand. So, joking aside, I wanted to kind of go over just, my thoughts, some updates. If you're not familiar with, if you don't follow me on anything or don't have any social media. So first and foremost, if you're seeing me right now, the only thing that has happened is my desk has moved over a couple feet to the right for me, left for you. Well, right for me. So it's going to be the right for you as well. Not storm related. Did some renovations in here. Really just bought a chair and a nice new entertainment center. One of the things, obviously we made it out fine, unscathed. We did luck out. We are further inland. We did get a lot of wind. We did get a lot of rain. I slept through it. My girlfriend was really upset with me. She was just like, oh, I can't believe that you slept through that. Da, 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 da. I woke up as soon as the last gust came through. And she goes, how'd you sleep through that? And I was like, what? Is it over? She goes, yeah, you slept through it all. And I was panicking like crazy. I was like, oh, I don't know. I grew up in a house that was like over 100 years old when my parents bought it. I was on the third floor. You could hear everything up there. Everything, every creak, the storms, the wind coming through. So, yeah, you could hear everything up there. So I slept through. Learned really quick to sleep through it all. Also, there was a train track across the street. So that was never a problem. Not a problem at all. But that was around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. We went to bed. Well, we went to our bed because we were sleeping out in the living room, trying to keep everything closed, everything isolated in one spot. When we woke up, we had power, never lost power, which was great. We had no roof problems. We had no leaking foundation, and we had no flooding. So we lucked out. This isn't me saying, oh, it wasn't as bad. I'm being upfront. We lucked out. We got safe. There's a lot of areas, especially the coastline. The coastline was like decimated. It didn't get as much flooding as they were talking about. They were talking about, these storm surges of like 12 to 18 feet, I think. We're a couple weeks out now, so kind of forgot what we were looking at that point. But it was actually, the way the storm came in, it was like a reverse. So we didn't get the storm surge pretty much, I think, at all. Yeah, just so feel really bad for everyone who, lost their house, lost their stuff, flooding. There was some flooding even around here, which was a little upsetting. Some of those people. And hopefully all this is a quick recovery. Especially if we're going to winter. I know I'm in Florida. It's not that cold, but it's still, we had a cold front come in, which kind of helped decimate or tear the storm apart, so it wasn't as bad as it was supposed to hit as it got further inland to the eastern coast of Florida. The last time I went through something that was close to this was the flood of 2010 up in New England, where the whole state of Rhode Island pretty much was under state of emergency. They shut down all the major highways, everything, that whole state. And it's not a big state. If you've been to Rhode Island, if you're a Rhode Islander, it's not that big. So it just shut down the whole state. We had flooding in my parents' basement. Like I said, it was an old house, so we had like 5 pumps going through, pulling all the water out. Couldn't keep up with it. I remember I almost got stuck at school. I was in college at that point. Almost got stuck at the college I was at. Luckily, that was on a hill, so that was the last thing that was going to flood in the whole state. Shout out CCRI. I remember going through that, and that was a little frightening. More so because I wasn't going to make it home. Just not knowing when's the rain going to stop? I want to stop sooner rather than later. This year, we stayed put. I've told a lot of people this. We decided, hey, we're inland. It's not going to be as bad for us. Like, we're not going to get a lot of what's going on the coast. But also, I'm going to leave and then I'm going to come back and going to have to handle it anyways. So, a little nervous. Me and my girlfriend, we made like cookies. We made some snacks. Just be like, all right, let's, hunker down a little bit, see what happens. So when the wind started picking up and the storm started picking up, I had a headache, which is why I ended up taking some medicine and lay down. But as the night progressed and the wind get heavier, it was a little bit of, a little nervous of, am I gonna wake up to a decimated house? Because this was a bad storm for the Tampa, in general, but even for the Tampa Bay area. For those of you who don't know, Tampa Bay hasn't been hit directly with a hurricane in like 103 years. And it did still shift. Keep in mind, it still shifted. But this was going to be big, some major damage going on. Hey, Merlin, glad to see you're joining us. So yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, unsure what was going to happen, unsure what we're going to lose, what everything else was going to be like. So we woke up. Everything was fine. We looked outside. It ripped up all the trees in the backyard. Not half of them. We didn't have any close enough to the house to do damage. It was that. And then my Blackstone got thrown, which was, a couple of my friends like, oh, that's criminal. We got that fixed. It works fine now. It was a little surreal. You see stuff like this all the time on the news about big events, big, natural disasters or whatnot. And I guess you don't think about it when you're in the moment. You're just letting it happen. And then you start seeing the news, and then you have family hitting you up all the time. Hey, are you good? Are you okay? And I was given updates. I don't usually post a lot on Facebook about my personal life. I just shit post, if you will. Just post whatever. Oh, that meme's funny, whether it be political, whether it just be movie related, whether it just be music related or historical, or just find it absurd, abstract, if you will. So, but I was kind of given updates as I was following Dennis Phillips. Shout out to Dennis. He's probably the best meteorologist in the Tampa Bay area. Keeping everyone calm, even when things were going to be bad and we knew they were going to be bad. So that being said, it was kind of after it happened, I stood outside looking at the trees. I ended up leaving work, calling out of work, if you will. I still was working, but I was like, man, I can't focus today. So I got to clean up the yard. Yeah, just cleaning things up. It took me the day and Saturday to do some of it. We drove around Wesley Chapel to kind of get an idea of what was going on as they started repairs on everything. When you look outside, mostly lights were down, signs were destroyed for like Burger King, Waffle House. That stuff was damaged. Not too many businesses in my area. Again, neighborhoods got flooded because the Hillsborough River overflowed. It was the most rain they had seen for just like the month of October, like that storm alone. Like 3 times the amount of rain. So, again, very surreal. I'm glad we were safe. Thoughts, prayers to anybody who's not. If you know of anyone who needs help, or any charities or anything, I would highly advise. Feel free to reach out, see what you can do. Same goes with the victims of Helene. I know things aren't going great or didn't go well over there, but I want to kind of give you my thoughts, tell you what was going on, how I'm feeling. I'm here. Now I'm looking at the last video I have from 7 months ago. I'm going to have to talk about my weight. Big weight difference between this video and that video. Guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Find us. I don't know if this is podcast form yet. It's almost podcast form, but guys, we're back. I'm definitely going to be more consistent with this. As always, do not forget to join the